Assalamualaikum and good day to all of you. So this week we are going to enter the new chapter which is about the air quality. Okay, so the second part is about air. We are finished with water. So this chapter is about how we want to define the air pollution. Okay, so you should be able to know the source of pollutant, classification of air pollutant, and lastly, effect of air pollutant. So what is air pollution? Okay, so the definition of air pollution is when the presence in the outdoor atmosphere of one or more air contaminant. So air contaminant, it can be in the form of dust, fumes, gas, mist, odors, smoke, or vapor. Okay, so the contaminant must be in sufficient quantities, okay, and then to be threatened to human, plant, or animal life, or to other property. Okay, so the air pollution, kalau certain quantity yang sikit tu, dia tak dipanggil sebagai air pollution. Okay, dia perlu insufficient quantities. Okay, kena melebihi certain level lah. It causes harm and discomfort to human ataupun other living organism or damage to the natural environment. Okay, so this is some of the calculation involved. Okay, if you want to convert the concentration, okay, for gases in ppm, convert to microgram per meter cube. Okay, so this is the calculation. And then standard condition, V1 over T1 equals to V2 over T2. Okay, so reference at 25 degrees C and 760 millimeter mercury. Okay, now changes on mesoscale and microscale. So changes dia akan affect the visibility, akan reduce visibility, means at certain meter, beberapa meter, kita hanya boleh tengok at berapa meter. Okay, and then altered precipitation, for example, the formation of acid rain, and lastly, urban heat island. Okay, so example, global warming. Okay, now look at reduced visibility. So the major contributor is by particulate from sizes of 0.38 to 0.76 micron. Okay, so the scattering will reduce visibility by decreasing contrast between object and background of sky. For altered precipitation, as I mentioned before, it involves occurrence of fog over cities, okay, because of the cloud formation. So akan berlaku acid rain because of SO2 and NO emission. Okay, of course kena plus dengan water lah, okay, untuk membentuk acid rain. And then urban heat island, as we know, dekat urban there are so many industrial involved. Okay, so bila ada industri akan involve thermal. Okay, so dia akan menyebabkan urban heat island ataupun global warming. Next, sources of pollutant. Okay, so sources of pollutant can be divided into two, daripada natural and also from anthropogenic. Natural means natural, okay, daripada alam sekitar. Anthropogenic means from human activities. Okay, so example, we have fine particles, carbon monoxide, sulfur oxides. So this one from human activities. Okay, and also carbon dioxide from breathing. Okay, it can be divided into two. You can look at this one, natural. Okay, ini berlaku secara natural. And then anthropogenic. So example for natural, okay, fungi spores, dust particle, volcanic eruption, CO from breakdown of methane. And for anthropogenic, because of transportation, combustion, industrial processes, and so on. Okay, this is an example for anthropogenic. Okay, and then stationary combustion from industrial processes, from residential, commercial, and also industrial, power and heating. Okay, and also from solid waste disposal. Okay, next is about classification of pollutants. Okay, so classification we can divide into three: the origin, daripada mana datang pollutants tu, the chemical composition of the pollutants, and lastly, state of matter of the pollutants. Okay, state of matter either in particulate or gas. Now look at the first one. Okay, origin, where it comes from. So it can be divided into two again: primary contaminants and secondary contaminants. Okay, so this is example of primary contaminant, and these are for secondary contaminants. Okay, chemical composition can divide into two: organic and also inorganic compounds. Okay, so organic of course contains C and H. So for inorganic, example, ozone, okay, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. State of matter, so the pollutants, it can be either in particulate form or gas form. Okay, so for particulate, depends on the sizes, either in form of dust, fume, smoke, fly ash, mist, or spray. And for gases, depends. Okay, so these are example for gas. Okay, for particulates, it can be in form of solid or liquid. Okay, and also either in a small size or more than or smaller, about 500 micrometer. So for particulate, three classification involved. Okay, so we can look at either in physical. Physical means the size, mode of formation, settling properties, and optical properties. In chemical, we can look at either it is organic or inorganic. In biological, you can look whether it is in the form of bacteria, viruses, spores, or pollens. Okay, so physical characteristics depends on the size. Okay, so this one you can read by yourself. Okay, classification of pollutants, the sizes. Okay, solid particles and also liquid particles. So liquid ada dua je, dalam bentuk mist or spray, and the rest is in solid particles. Okay, and then you can read by yourself. But dust, fume, smoke. Okay, what is fly ash? Mist. Okay, this is in the form of liquid, and another one in liquid is spray. Okay, so the differences is this one formed by condensation and this one formed by atomization. Okay, next is the settling properties of pollutants. So the bigger the sizes, okay, so basically for suspended particulate, less than 1 to 20 micrometer. For settlable particulates, larger than 10 micrometer. Okay, so the bigger, lagi senang untuk dia settle. Okay, so this is the equation involved, Stokes law. And next is optical properties. Okay, about visibility. So visibility, so kalau contohnya dalam jerebu, so distance kita limited. Okay, so this is the equation. V equals to 5.2 rho r over km. Okay, so in tutorial we will use this equation to solve the problems. So optical properties, it can cause reduction in visibility. affected by particle shape, surface characteristic, and also distribution of particles. Okay, next about chemical characteristics, we will discuss later. Thank you.